Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So yesterday I went over to Bang the Elephant Brewery in Langley Mill. Absolutely love Bang the Elephant. They're a couple of the top class guys, and Totally Brew Tom's working there now as well. So yeah, and he's a top class guy as well. So three absolute stormers. Went to pick up my order. Emperor's Brewery has now moved next door. With all his barrel aging his beers and his impy stouts. I assume there's going to be a tap room there at some stage. Whether they still go ahead with the tap room in Nottingham. As I said yesterday to the good fellow Michael from Bang the Elephant, I absolutely think that Beeston is the better area of Nottingham. Nottingham city centre is pretty much, for a lot of the time, not a great area to go to. Yes, there's a lot of craft beer pubs in Nottingham, but yeah, it's not for me. You know, and I lived in Nottingham all my life. I've worked in the city centre most of my life, and I walk in now and it's like, Broad Marsh is devastating. That whole area, that whole south of the city is dead. Absolutely dead. And the city centre to me, because of the council's policy of forcing car drivers out of the city, the most stupid one-way system in the world, that one crash and it gridlocks city. But anyway, you don't need to know that. But anyway, if I'm talking directly, and I do mean directly to Emperor and Bang the Elephant, I'll tell you now, Beeston is absolutely the king place to be. You've got the University of Nottingham, and you've got the pubs in Beeston that are already a big pull. You only need to drop the Emperor's Brewery, Bang the Elephant tap room in the middle of that to absolutely, there are many places where it could jump in, and yeah, lots of parking, good tram and bus routes, and a good area. Anyway, that's me being brutally honest. On with the beer because I ain't got all night. So I put it in a Magpie Brewery glass. Why Magpie Brewery glass? There's a reason. Personally think that both Bang and Emperors should do a collab with Magpie. Magpie Brewery have come away from their, shall we say, trad beer roots into much more of a crafty beer brewery, and more so than some others who are down at Nottingham Craft Beer Festival actually do craft beer, as well as trad obviously. But yeah, they certainly are plying their trade in that way. And I'll be honest, you know, I see it from an outside point of view, not from somebody who has to sell things and do all this. And it is what it is. And like me or not, I'll have an opinion. Anyway, this is Hokey Religion. 4 minutes in. Oh, you know, I do yak. It's not a Raggy's beer if I don't yak. Pray to God I don't go off on one and start slagging things off, but you know, is what it is. Yeah. So, no match for a good blaster. Long before I even heard of Emperor's Brewery, I was a Star Wars fan. Been a Star Wars fan most of my life. My email address, my first email address that I used to go by was Darth Rag. One of my names on the forums that I used to frequent was Obi Rag Kenobi, and I'm going to make an Obi Rag Kenobi Imperial Stout. May even make a Darth Rag Imperial Stout or a Dipper, but anyway, you know, these things will come in time. Anyway, here we go. So this is Hokey Religion, a chocolate and toasted coconut Imperial Stout, 12.6%, 330ml can. I think it was a tenner for the can. So, you know, With today's duty on cans, you're going to see a lot more of that, to be fair. 4.2 units for those of you who care about units. I do not give a shit about units. Brewed and packaged by Dougie's Brewery for Emperor's Brewery in Sweden. Sweden. A good mate in Sweden. Not talked to him for years, mind you. But a good mate nonetheless. From when I was quite the webmaster of the internet. So here we go. So I'm trying to get a head off it, and there we go. Nice dark tan head. Get every drop out. Come on, every drop, squeeze it, baby. Oh, squeeze. Anyway, there we go. So yeah, there we go. Black pour, tan head, and ooh, yes, definitely a big whiff of chocolate. Ooh, there's the coconut. I'm not a fan of quirky flavours. I had a beer and I won't go down that route, but you know, some flavours out there, not for me. And it's like an Imperial bounty on the aroma. Ooh, let's dive in. Let's go into this. This is obviously at shed temperature. Shed temperature is not room temperature, not this time anyway. In another month's time or so it will be room temperature, but there you go. For a coolish temperature, it's really quite thick. So it's like, what is it, 10 degrees outside, so it's probably about 12 or 13 in here, although that's really quite cool still. So in the house, you know, for me, and I'll absolutely always say this, drink beers like this at room temperature. Get it in your front room, near your bloody radiator, get it warmed up, drink it, enjoy that aroma and flavour. Drink these impies as they should be drank. None of this getting it out of the fridge bollocks. I know keg has to be a cold temperature, and I've said this to people when I've gone to tap rooms and they get an impy stout. I said that's an amazing impy stout. Get yourself that, but get yourself a dipper at the same time. Drink the bloody dipper and enjoy that. Let that warm up, and then drink it and enjoy some, you know, the beer as it should be, bloody warm. I'll give you an example. Me and Hopzine were in, and Craft Beer Basic, our man Dave. We were in, you know, up to tap room, of course, and drinking Took About 2000, one of their birthday beers from whenever it was, and I'd had it for 40 minutes. This walnut impy stout, and the difference between it being from keg to being warm, it was absolutely unbelievable, the difference. Let it breathe, you know. It's like putting a pair of shorts on in the summer. Let them breathe. Oh dear. Not even drunk, no. Can't even blame drink. It's just me. It is what it is. Oh, lovely booziness on that. I feel it in my eyes. It's nice as well. I don't mind. I like to feel it in my bloody eyes. So if you didn't know, Emperor's Brewery's beers are now available on Bang the Elephant's website. So it's a fucking sneaky way of getting somebody else to package your beers and sell them. Is it? But yeah. Yeah. We've seen the pictures of Damon doing this thing with his mash tun, and yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, but yeah, there are a fair few beers on there, and maybe for my birthday, I'll go through and get the rest of them that I haven't already reviewed. This is the first ever solo Emperor's Brewery beer reviewed in Raggy's Tap Room, so there's something. I mean, I've reviewed a few. I've reviewed many a collab. One last night, but never a solo beer. So you know, quite at the moment, really. As a Star Wars fan as well, always preferred Star Wars over Star Trek. Yeah, but yeah. Although I did like the William Shatner films, and I like the new films. Then they stopped bloody making them, which is a shame because they were good films, to be fair. But yeah, Emperor's Brewery. It's good to see his beers come out. I do think releasing the small batch beers straight into can and keg, obviously, a few in keg, is a good idea. You know, we can't let the government win with this shitty duty that only looks after your bloody Brewdogs, Beavertown, Heineken, and all them shitbags. So you know it. Green King and all them. The mega breweries. I mean, it's the reason why me myself, I'm going back down the all grain route, because there's beers I want and flavours I want. And I love an impy stout, so I will be brewing. I ain't bought an impy stout this time because it's fucking not cheap. But I will be going down the impy stout route and brewing impy stouts to bottle, to put away, or even to barrel and leave them in a barrel for a year. Chuck a bit of wood in, yeah. A bit of oak, yeah, get some oak chippings at least, and chuck them into my plastic barrels. You'd be surprised. I know they say plastic barrels don't work, but they bloody do. Shit bag to get cleaned afterwards, mine, but you know, is what it is. So, oh, yes, it's a Raggy's beer review. Yes, it may be a little bit over 18. Thinking, should you really be watching beer reviews if you're not 18 anyway? I mean, really? Yeah? If you are, why are you watching beer reviews? But anyway. Thick, chocolatey, coconut, a nice toasty element. Does what it says on the front of the can, which is a relief because a lot of beers claim to be this. Oh, I'm the best beer in the world, and don't deliver. It delivers. It's a big, thick, impy stout, 12.6%. So yeah, it's sessionable. Oh, I could have 3 or 4 of these quite easily. And it gives me something to strive for. When I see what Emperors and Bang do, and Neon Raptor as well, with their impies, they're the 3 main impy breweries that I kind of follow, along with Alter Ego as well. But anyway, they're the 3 main ones who brew quite a few impy stouts. I'm surprised there's never been a Bang and Neon Raptor collab yet. No, there haven't. That needs to happen. Obviously, I don't know anybody at Neon Raptor, but literally these days I don't know anybody at any of the breweries. But yeah, It is what it is. I'm actually a gardener. But anyway. So, thick, chocolatey, coconut, lovely toasty element, a lovely big thick beer. At 5, for me, I really enjoyed this. It hit the spot with my flavourings. Not every beer, even from your best breweries, is going to hit the spot. Why? Because it may not be the flavour that you enjoy. You'll try it, you may enjoy it but you know, in the end, at 5 for me, well, a good 4.55 out of 5 for me. Yeah, a very nice Impy Stout. And that is my review. Please go and support these breweries, Emperors and also Bang. Cracking breweries. And yeah, Beeston. You know it makes sense. Yeah, Beeston. For your tap room. Yeah, cheers.